This was just the perfect amount. Mr. Sullivan?
I'm trying.
Oh, I thought it was your son. I thought I just heard that.
Hi, Linda. You're usually
Hi, how
muted
are
and I
you?
don't get to say hi.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Beautiful day today.
Oh, it was gorgeous. I was out a lot today. Chloe got good walks in today, that's for sure.
I was too. It was
Yeah.
really nice.
Spring fever, and then we have snow on Friday. We're
I
good.
know.
It's
Well,
New
it's
England,
New
you
England.
know?
Hi, Arlene.
How are you, Linda?
Good, thank you.
I'm watching my neighbors run around on their lawn like crazy. The little kids, they're just outside running around on the lawn. No games, no toys, just chasing each other.
Good.
Yep. It's a long winter. They have to get
Yes, it was.
the energy out.
What's really neat
I
is
know.
right now, at this moment, they can see the lawn. By
I
Friday,
know.
True. Especially their lawn. Their lawn, I get the sun. Like my crocuses are out and blooming
oh,
because the sun warms up my front lawn. It's on my front lawn all day, and their
Yeah,
lawn doesn't get anything.
your
So
house,
Oh,
They still
Yeah.
have snow on their front lawn.
well, your house must face east.
It does.
Yeah, mine does too. My backyard is just beginning to lose the snow.
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
No, our
No,
snow's
they
gone
still
in
have
the-
snow over there. As a matter of fact, one of the kids, I forget, now they have a thing called Card Your Yard. And
What?
you can, it's called Card Your Yard. So if your
Yeah.
child has a birthday, they come in the middle of the night and they set up like, happy birthday, Susie, with this big elaborate sign. So they wake up in the morning and there's their card, their yard,
Neat.
and then they do the birthday parade. And it's awesome. So my neighbor called me in a panic and she goes, they tried to card my yard and my lawn is frozen. Can they put it on your yard? I said, sure, come put it on my yard. It's fine. And it worked on my yard, but it wouldn't, they couldn't get the stakes into her yard because it was frozen.
Oh,
Who does that, Loretta?
It's
Is
a,
that
it's
really
a company, it's called Card My Yard.
Yeah, it's something that I can find online.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They're great. We were actually going to do it for the babies. They were going to do a drive-by meet the babies and I had it all set up for them. And then I forget what happened. It was bad weather or something. I had to cancel everything. They were wonderful to work with. They were great.
where are they located? Locally?
They're franchised, and I think the one that I used was out of Woburn, I want to say. I don't really remember, but I think it was out of Woburn. So, but they're franchised.
What a clever
They're
idea.
franchised. It's a great
Yeah,
idea.
it's
I'm
a
sure
great-
it was out of the COVID that their business like exploded because kids were having birthday parades and everything, and it's a great way to have their birthday parade. So it was fun, but now they can run around their yard because there's not much, there's lawn there. They'll have snow, but there's lawn.
That'll disappear on Friday.
I hope so.
It's supposed to get
Yeah, I got
more.
a notice today that the golf course is opening next Tuesday because they're figuring it's gonna snow over the weekend.
We're supposed to get snow Friday morning.
Friday, 4 inches or so, but it'll all be gone later.
Chloe, no. Oh my gosh. Get out of here.
You know who
Chloe
runs
rules
that
the
house.
roost. Chloe rules the roost.
No. Sorry, my little trash dog.
We know who runs that household, Loretta.
Yep, it all revolves around her.
Your other dogs wasn't like that, was?
Well, when we got Kilo, she was almost 8 years old, so she wasn't a puppy.
Oh,
And
okay.
we were just talking about this the other day. Rosie had 3 kids to chase her around, so she was never really all that crazy. She was exhausted from being around the kids all the time.
Okay, because she would come to the Little League games and I would see
Right, right.
Very placid.
Yep. She was very calm, very good. I'll never forget going to high school games, and she'd greet people along the way, and then she'd get to the bleachers, and the bleachers are just hard. And she'd climb up to the top, turn around, and sit down and watch the game, and stay there till the end of the game. And after the game, she'd climb down and she'd go over to the bench where the boys were, just to say hello.
What a good kid.
She was something. She lived to 15 and a half. That's really old for a bulldog. So she was a good dog. She was a legend dog. I'm sure Chloe in her own right will get there someday if we make it through puppyhood.
Who needs to make it through puppyhood, her or you?
I don't, it's a toss-up, Esther. It's a toss-up. No. She needs the babies to get up and walk and run around so that she can chase them.
So she has somebody to chase.
Yeah.
Hi, Paula. Good evening.
Hi, Paula.
I
Hi, Sandy.
remember Rosie coming with your in-laws and sitting.
Yep.
I would sit with them when I went.
Yep. And they didn't like dogs, but they loved Rosie.
She was no threat. She
No,
was just a
no,
very peaceful, calm little, not so
Yeah.
little dog.
no, she wasn't a little dog. She was 60 pounds. She was a big dog.
No, I said not so little dog.
Yeah, not so little, but my mother-in-law was never crazy about dogs, but she loved Rosie.
Did you have a dog when you were growing up?
I did. I had a bulldog. Hence why we stick with the bulldogs. His name was Wrinkles. And they still talk about it
Appropriately
in
named.
Johnstown. And then my mother got a miniature schnauzer and a Lhasa Apso. After he passed away, she got little dogs. So, but I moved out shortly after she got them. I wasn't home shortly after she got them. So I really grew up with the bulldog.
I like that name. It's very appropriate.
Wrinkles. They got him, my parents got him in New Jersey, and they were walking the street with the dog after they got him, and some lady said, "Oh my God, look at all the wrinkles on that dog." And they said, "That's it, there's his name. His name is Wrinkles."
Someday that's what my kids will call me.
I'm there.
Well, you know, that was a Three Dog Night song called Bulldog, but I can't think of how the tune went. Bulldog, I don't know.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Bulldog, yeah,
Frog.
whatever that means.
Ah, frog.
Whoever Jeremiah was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good evening, Rabbi Bernie.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello,
So
Rabbi
nice to see
Bernie.
everyone.
Hey,
Always
Nice
good to
to
be
see
seen at my age.
You know, I remember it was a rabbi from Beth Shalom. It was 3-4 rabbis ago. He had a heart attack, and he was asked to speak in front of the temple Ner Tamid for some reason. He says, "Hi, it's nice to be here." He says, "Actually, it's nice to be anywhere and everywhere." Everybody cracked up, but it was really a strong message. It's actually nice to be anywhere.
That's true.
That's the way it is today.
Yeah.
Was that Howard Kosofsky?
No, before him.
it was
Greenstein?
Greenstein.
Rabbi Padal.
Padal.
Maybe in between the two, because he was a DJ as well, I think, on a radio. I can't remember his name.
It was Rabbi Greenstein years ago.
It was between Padal and Kosofsky, if you can ever remember that.
Well,
Oh.
I can remember it's 7:00.
Oh, here we
Today's
go.
Wednesday, and it's March 17th.
Evacuation day for people in Boston.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. And for some reason, I do not see my.
What is Metro Health?
Your screen.
Hold on one second. I'm going to unshare. Share. There's nothing to share. Stop. Oh, here we go. Found it. There we go. Can you guys see this, the ashtray? Okay.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
Awesome. Thank you. Get rid of this. And of course, as welcome everybody to Temple Ner Tamid service. We're going to start off with the ashrei, which is a psalm, and of course, it's appropriate to do a mourner's kaddish afterwards. So feel free to follow along with me. Ashrei Shveveteku Delikasela Shrem Skaklo Shen Laham Tila David or Mim Kalahai Melech Rabba Hashem Obed. Bechol Yom Avrachaka, every day will I bless you. Allah Shem Kalinam Bed Gedol Melamad Take it those that what you do. Hadak what a deck of Delgastika Bizarre Tamero Soprano Sekram to Butte or Ninform Chased. Togan I look cover Rachamos of a Dugan, so Kuka, Kabod Makut Kaimer Pribero, Lord give them over top of the Makut Kamako Column, Shot Kaboto. Sumek Naklon, so if a Nicholas Bewan Bito, Potea Ketchadeki, open up your hands, Umaspia, and you satisfy the Chol Rahai Ratzona, all life according to your will. Sadi can have a hold of a hub because my song could look well because my man feels a savage of James should call the Bob Tila to the IWP. Viva Ray Kovasa, Shem Kacholi, Lamba, Edvianak, Nevrech, Yamia, Tavidalam. Hallelujah. And if I could ask those of you who are saying Monas Kaddish, observing your side, feel free to rise and say, and open up your mics and say the Monas Kaddish with me, and we'll say it slowly. Yitgadal, v'yitgadal, shemei rabba. Bi'almati v'kirute, v'yamlit malchute. B'chaye chon, v'yomei chon, v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agalah v'zman amen. Yehei shemei rabba, v'borach le'olam u'mein. Yitbarach, Yishabach, Yitma'ah, Yitramam, Yitkaseh, Yiradar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shemein, Yitcha, Le'ela, Minto, Birchata, V'shira, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, Damiram, V'amam, Yimru, Yehei, Shlama, Rabba, Minshtemaya, V'chaim aleinu li'al kol Yisrael v'yivru amen. Tov shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu li'al kol Yisrael v'yivru amen. Now we begin our formal evening service. Feel free to join me. V'rachum v'kvar l'shkid. Feel free to open up your mics and for the responsive of the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamorah. Baruch Adonai Hamorach Le'olam Va'ed. If I could ask you all to mute your microphones. El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yamloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Ka'ahavta Torah V'nismach b'divrei, we joy in the words of your Torah, mitzvot and commandments. Came Kayenu v'yarach yamenu v'hem negei yomam v'alayla v'avad kata simimenu li'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Feel free to open up your mics. Let's join in all together as if we're all together in one room and sing the Shema Yisrael together. Shema Yisrael Adonai If I could ask actually Ron and Stu Spitzer, would you be so kind as to do the Hafta for us? I know you do it so well.
Be glad to, Bernie. V'yahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadibarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levavecha v'divrata bam v'shivtecha v'veitecha v'v'lechtecha b'derech Uv'shachbecha v'kumecha v'kashartam li'od al yadecha v'hayu l'totopo b'neinecha Ukatatam, Al Mezuzot Beitecha, Uvisharecha.
Nicely done. Thank you so much. And of course, we read silently to the bottom of the page. Tati ate some, and I'll give you rain and South Carolina. You'll eat, you'll be satisfied. Him, Lemanye buye mechem vime venechem al hadama ashenish ba Adonai lavatechem latet lahem k'meshemayim al haaretz. And Alan, I know you're there. If Debbie's there too, you can do it as a duet. Not that you have to sing actually different notes, but if you want, you can do it together for the young.
Sure. We're in different rooms, but we can try it. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'yamato alehem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanpei b'gdeihem l'dodotam v'notnu al tzitzit hakanot petil techelet v'hayolachem l'tzitzit ritemoto Uskatem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam v'lo taturu acharei levatchem v'acharei enechem asher atem zonim achareihem l'mahan tizkeru v'asitem es kol mitzvotai v'ditem kadoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Nicely done, Alan. Thank you. And Debbie, even though we couldn't hear you, we know you were there in the background. And we continue silently. By the way, you should really look at that prayer. We say it, twice a day, and you should know the meaning of it all. And in all, the essence has to do with teaching our children. And even if we're grandparents and we have grandchildren, we need to make sure that they know what's going on in our lives. Passover's coming. All right. I don't want to go on and on, but we have responsibilities no matter how old we are about teaching our children. Family calls over Lenu Cornell, Hen was a toe and October, Mob, you have an volcano, Henny was at some Lacheno, Kayan, Greno, a Madrigal by Roy Carpenter, Zeno, Zeno, Otos moved to Benet very calm, but very close for them. Malko Talbrod Sunke Blue Alehem. Moshe v'Nesher Lachanu Shira b'Simcha Rabba v'Yamru Kulam Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Ne'eda B'Kodesh Nora Tehilot Osefele Malchut Karuv Onecha Bokeyam Lifnei Moshe Ze'eli Anu v'Yamru Adonai yimloch liolam fa'ed v'ne'amak yifadadan ad Yaakov u'gilam yirchazak mimenu brochat Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. And Richard, I know you're there. Please give us the honor of saying it in English for us, please.
Thank you, Rabbi Berning. My pleasure. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us a shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, eternal guardian of your people, Israel. Nicely done. Thank you, Richard. And of course, this is the same prayer we say in Hebrew.
ושמו צאתנו ואינו לחיים ושלום יתביעת עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני שומע עמו Yisrael la'ad. And of course, this paragraph we say every morning as well. Baruch Na'lam Amin V'Amin. Baruch Na'Mishkan Shmavaleh. Baruch Na'Yisrael Sa'Avado. U'Baruch Shen Kvodo Le'Lam Yimalech Kvodo Kol Ha'aretz. Amen v'Amen. Yichvod Adonai Le'Lam Esmach Adonai V'Ma'asav. Yishem Adonai Baruch Mitzvah Olam. Ki lo yitrosh Adonai L'Mo B'Vo Shma Gadol. Ki Ho'el Adonai L'Sot Et Kem Lo Le'am. V'al Kol Ha'im, and all the nations saw, v'yaplu, and they bowed down on their faces and said, V'yomru, Adonai hu Elohim, God is our God. Adonai hu Elohim, v'haya Adonai l'malach al kol ha'aretz, V'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad, Yichas Adonai aleinu kashi yuchalnu lach, Hoshienu Eloheinu v'tzenu v'tzenu shalom, v'tzenu 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 כי גדול אתה בסלם פלוד אתה לא יודע כל החמות. ואנחנו עמכם, שומע תאונו לך לעולם, ולדו ודו נספר תהילתך. Baruch Adonai Bayom, bless you God in the day. Baruch Adonai Balayla, bless you God in the night. Baruch Adonai B'shakbenu, bless you God when we lie down. Baruch Adonai B'kamenu, bless you God when we get up. B'yadka, because in your hands, Nafshot HaChaim v'Metin, all the souls, the living and the dead, are in your hand. Asher v'yamach kol chai v'kol b'sar ish yadkav kibu kibet otzal lamet v'otzal shvai v'kol lamet yiru eineni v'yismach libenu v'tagel nafshenu b'shuatcha b'amet b'amol tzion melech Elohayech Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed כי המלכות שלך היא, ולמאה תמלך בכבוד, כי למלך אתה ברוך אתה אדוני, המלך בכבודו תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ועל כל מעשיו. And it's appropriate to stand for the Chatzi Kaddish. At this time, of course, you all know Adele, our president, she's going to respond the Amen and all the appropriate responses for the Kaddish, Chatzi Kaddish, on behalf of the congregation. Yitgadal, Yitgadash Shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
B'yalma tibrakute v'yamlich malchute b'chaye chon v'yom echon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman karev yimaru.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Lamei Amaya Yitbarach.
Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitbar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithada v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei kutsha. Rechu leila min kobekata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata ta'ami rambi alma v'yimaru.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Adele. And now, of course, the Amidah, which means we stand up and we rise for the prayer. We're asking God for all kinds of blessings, so it's respectful to stand up and ask Him for our special prayers. I'll say it in an undertone, and you can follow along with me. But if you have extra special prayers you'd like to say, it's an appropriate time as well. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu levatenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Yisrael, Elohei Ruka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Oel Gadol Gibor V'Noel, Yom Mechastim Tvone Kol Zoches Te'avod V'Vik Oel Bnei El Machom Biava, Melech Ozer Moshe Umagen Baruch atah Magen Abraham. Mashiva Ruach Moed Gashem Mechalkel Chaim Mechesed Mechayim Mitim Brachamim Rabim Somek Noflim Rafek Lomit Michamok Rato Mito Malach Malchman Mitram Shuel Menamatrom Mito Boktam Mechayim Mitim Atakadosh Shim Kakadosh. You are holy and your name is holy. Kushabuchal Nistal Boktam Kadosh. Atakone Ledam Da'at Mlemesh Bina Chanin Merkadia Bina Ratsko Bukhanin Da. Hashibin Tom Terra Kavain Makilan Rasakla. Hakstra Bishua Shalem Lafrakar Slaklan Rabino, please forgive us our Father, Kichatano, for we have sinned. Mechalan Malkeno, forgive us, our King, Kifashano, for we have transgressed. Ki Mochebas Laikata Bukhan Konam Rasar. Rain every day, Gulam Rachmak, Chazak to Brick Israel. For now, no Fay, or shall shake, though Tadab, or shall Teno, Ki Amal for Gramatab tonight. Rofe Chole, Moshe, bless our God who heals all of the people in Israel. Barekhalan Allahini, what's his name? Come to a tato, Ting Talamata Racha, Pred Mafsir, the Vavsha, Tenish, Bob, them. Tikabi Shofar, sound the Shofar, Gedol Kevin to announce the great freedom. The Sunday, Kabetko, Tenekapteno, Yacham, gather us from the four corners of the earth, Brochet Adonai, Mekabe Sedke, Amo Yisrael. Hashiv Shaftenik, Rishon, Tenik, Vakil, Hasim, Nacha, Umlachlein, Wata, and Badka, Bechas, and Rachman, Tekno, Mishbok, bless you, Lord God, who loves righteousness and justice. Balamal Shinamati, Tekba, Kloster, Tobe, Kodamikaretu, as a Metaguch of the main book, Allah to the Cameron on the righteous, Valxim, and the religious, and all the elderly of Israel, those learned in the books. Yahweh's great with Tegel and Rechman, Tain Sakatov, give them a good living. Please return and dwell amongst us, Vitoksha, because as you have said in Jerusalem. Blessed are you, O Lord, who builds Jerusalem. At some activity to come here with me of a canoe to Kilish what Kilko Yom time is Tenshua. Shmakolema hear our voices and Malano. Who's for Hamlet, but copy of Brockman receiving mercy who writes according to Drell Filtino on prayer. Kiashmet feels Dr. Matel, no Fushman, Kiachach, Brockman, Tefila. Bless you, all God, who hears prayer. Retain our land about Machasho, but Villatam, Beshem to go to Reteko, which will tell me about the Roton, Udorton Tamid, Abadashal Naka. The Techazan Brockman with our children, we thank you, Chateau Nalhena, that you are God and God of our fathers, the Lambed forever, Sochayenu, the rock of our life, Magen, you shall the share of our salvation, Atul Tovajo in every generation. No doubt, Hasbet, Telataga, Achino, Hamso Metecha, Lashman Tepud Aslak, Valley Section, Manu, Flotem, Totem, a Tokyo Halarach, Brahma King, Hilo, Tamakas, Rafael Clum, Yitrak, Gilmam, Shim Kamakilvet, for Chol Chaim, Yidukasel, and all life shall thank you. Be hallowed and praise at Shim Gavan, your name and truth, but it will tell celebrate Toshim Halahoto. Shalom Rabbi Shalom, Kosve Tevel, Tassim Keto Medical Shalom, Tobinek Rakam, Shalom. We'll say this in Hebrew, and so remember, open our hearts to your Torah, near commands of it. Call from our Torah, I say the Manchmecha, I say the Manchusaka, I say the Manchusaka, I say the Manchotaka, Manu to the Shimon to go leave, the Marshal Rego, no Shalom Mama, who Yas Shalom Alenu, Balko Israel, Viamru, Amen. And if you'd like to join us with this top paragraph in English, feel free to open up your mics. We'll say the top paragraph together, although we'll stop right here after Redeemer, sing Oseh Shalom Bermamav, and then we'll move. My God, keep my
tongue
from evil, my lips from lies.
Help me ignore
those who would slander me. Let me be humble before all. Open my heart to your Torah.
I pursue your mitzvahs.
Frustrate the designs
of
evil against me. Make nothing of their schemes. Act for the sake of your compassion, your holiness, and your Torah. To my prayers, the words of my mouth, meditations of my heart, my heart acceptable to you, my rock, my redeemer. And that's something, isn't it? Keep my tongue from evil, my lips from lies. That's quite a task, isn't it? Well, let's sing Oseh Shalom together. Oseh Shalom Bimrolam, Oseh Shalom Aleinu, V'yam Kol Yisrael, V'yamru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yam Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yam Yisrael.
Yaseh Shalom,
Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu Li'amu Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu Li'amu Yisrael. Yemaru. Amen.
Okay, Lord.
And may the one who brings peace to his universe bring peace to us and to all the people of Israel. Amen.
Amen.
And if we start with this, let's see. Misha Beirach. Let me see if I can get this over a little. There we go. Misha Beirach Abotenu. Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, who you barek, repay at, and please bring blessing and healing to. Feel free to say any name you want for extra.
Nita Rizzo,
Faith Lerner,
Anna Jim Noble,
Glenn,
Sherman Freeman, Joel Hammond,
Sandy Bradley.
Howard Weinberg,
Jeffrey
Friedman
Hammond,
Spiegelman,
Linda
Linda Stu Morgan,
Dr. Matt
Ann and Sue
Rayburn,
Smith.
Helen Hajer, Stephanie
Errol
Levine,
Dan
Toughness.
Mortellaro,
Batsara,
Dan Rump,
Mendel Ben Abraham,
Angela
Miriam
Vellante,
Batsara,
Steve Goldberg,
and Leonard
Bertie
Schumann.
Gordon.
Yocheved Bar Chava Fega, Jeff Schultz, Donna Claycomb, Reverend Francisco Tolentino, Judge Justin Phillips.
And bring blessing and healing to all those who the names that we just said, and all those who suffer illness within our congregational family. May the Holy One mercifully restore them to health and vigor, granting life, physical and spiritual well-being. And we hope and pray that healing is at hand. Let us say Amen.
Amen.
And if I could ask you all to mute your microphones, and we'll continue on with our prayer of healing. Misha Beirach Avotenu, Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength to bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Beirach Imotenu, Mikor HaBracha Labotenu. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Once again, I'll ask Adele Lubaski to join me in the Kaddish Shalom. Yitkadal Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Alma Dibrakute V'Yamlich Malchute B'Chaye Chon V'Mechon V'Chay D'Chol Beit Yisrael B'Gala V'Zman Karev Yamaru.
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbo Mevorach Le'olam Olam Me'amaya Yitbarach.
Yit Barak V'Yistabak V'Yitbar V'Yitamam V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadav V'Yitalev V'Yitalav Shemei Kucha
Berichu.
B'Richu Le'Elamin Kol B'Chata V'Shirata Tush B'Chata V'Nechemata Dami Ram B'Yamav V'Yamaru.
Amen.
Amen. Titkaber Sloton Devoton Dechoy Israel Kadam Avon Divishma V'Yamaru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Alen V'El Israel V'Yamaru.
Amen.
Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mromav Uyaseh Shalom Alen V'El Israel V'Yamaru.
Amen.
Amen. Nicely done, Adele, of course.
Thank you.
Feel free to open up your microphones. Join me in the Aleinu Shabbat. It's, of course, appropriate to stand for this particular prayer. Aleinu Shabbat, Ladon HaKol, Latet Kedula Liyotze Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kegei Haratzot, V'lo Samanu K'mishpachat HaAdama, Shelo Samchokenu Kahem, V'Gahor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, V'Anachnu Korim U'Mishtachavim U'Modim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Uno Teshamayim Yosei Haaretz Moshe V'Karo V'Shamayim V'Ma'al Ushkinatuso V'Gavei Meromim U'Eloheinu Ein Od Emet Malkeinu Emet Tolatot Katuv B'Torato Kedata Yom Yadata Yom Hashivota El Vavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim Barshamayim V'Ma'al Ya'aretz Ya'aretz Mi'achad Ein Od Ein Od. And we read silently to the bottom of the page. Okay, Kagatu b'Torah tech Adonayim loch li'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad u'shemo echad. And if I could ask everybody to mute your microphones except those saying Monas Kaddish observing your side. And at this time, if you're saying Monas Kaddish for someone, feel free to say their name at this time.
Reuben Sherman.
Lawrence Franklin.
Beverly Finn.
David Kaczynski.
And if those are all the names, feel free to join me in the Monas Kaddish. We'll say it slowly together. Yitkadal Bi'alma Kibra Yamlich Malkutenu Nechayim Kol Yomecho Kaye Yisrael Ba'agala Yisman Karev Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbam V'Rabam Le'olam Olam Yitbarach, Yitzchak, Yitzhak, Yitzromam, Yinadab, Yitalef, Yitalal, Le'elam, Amiram, Shehei Shlama Rabba V'Chaim Aleinu Galto Yisrael Oseh Shalom Aleinu V'Alto Yisrael V'Yamru Amen. And Lisa, I know you got Monas Kaddish tonight, and also Rhonda. If you want to share this, that's fine. Lisa, if you want to start, and Rhonda, if you want to fill in for the congregation, that'll be great.
Sure. Oh, I've done you.
Thanks.
Oh, let me go. Hold on.
That's all right.
Let me get my place here.
At least you're not muted.
No, I've mastered that already. Okay. Sing with joy to God, our strength. Shout with gladness to the God of Jacob.
Strike up a melody, sound the timbrel, play sweet tones on harp and lyre. Sound the shofar on the new moon, on the full moon for our festive day.
It is the law for the people Israel that God of Jacob sits in judgment. God ordained it as a decree for Joseph when he rose against the land of Egypt.
Then I heard a voice I never knew. I removed the burden from your shoulder. Your hands were freed from the load.
When you called in distress, I rescued you. Unseen, I answered you in thunder. I tested your faith in the wilderness.
Hear this warning, my people Israel. If you would only listen, you shall have no strange God among you. You shall not worship an alien God.
Oop, I lost my place.
Here we go. I am Adonai.
Whoops, it keeps jumping. I am Adonai, your God, who brought you up out of Egypt. Open your mouth wide and I will fill it.
But my people did not listen. Israel would have none of me. So I let them persist in their stubbornness. I let them follow their own inclinations.
If only my people would listen to me, if the people Israel would walk in my ways, then I would soon subdue their foes and strike out at their oppressors.
Enemies of Adonai shall be humbled. Their downfall shall be unending.
But you would, I feed with the richest of wheat, with honey from the rock would I satisfy you.
And Rhonda, can you do the Hebrew?
Yes, Misane Adonai Yechachashu lo, Vihi itam lolam, Vaya Vilehu Machalev, Pita Umatsur, Devash As Echa.
Very nice, which of course is the same as the last two lines you read. But you would I feed with the richest of wheat, with honey from the rock would I satisfy you. Nicely done, ladies. Very good. And Mourner's Kaddish, those observing your side, please join me. Yit gadal, yit kadash, hey Rabba. Almighty Rachimuti, Yamlik Machute. Bechaye Israel. Bagalam Yitbarak Yishma Yitadar Yitalal Demay La'elam in Kol Yerkata V'Shirata Yushvachata V'Nechama Amiran Alma Yimru Amen. V'chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael. Amen. Nicely done, everybody. Thanks y'all for joining us. At this time, I turn on the program to Adele Lubaski, our president, for a few announcements.
Erev Tov, Yeshikach, Rabbi Bernie, and happy birthday, Sue Savy. Just to remind everyone, services are Sunday through Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday night at 8, Saturday morning at 9:30, and Havdalah this week is at 7:41. 7:41. Also, don't forget that Pesach is coming, and we will have 2 virtual Seders on the 27th and the 28th at 6:30, both of them. The first one will be with Rabbi Bernie and Rabbi Perlman, and the second one will be with Rabbi Perlman and his brothers. Also, services on the first and second day of Pesach are at 9 o'clock. The last 2 days, the 7th and 8th, are also at 9 o'clock. On the last day of Pesach, which is April 4th, it's a Sunday, Yiska will be recited. Also, if you still need to sell your chametz, Rabbi Perlman can be your agent. The money this year is going to Haven from Hunger and Mazon. Speaking of Haven from Hunger, the school is having a food drive. It is this Sunday, and it's between 10 and 12:30. The food barrel will be right outside the school, so you can just pull up and put the food inside the barrel, clean out your cabinets with your chametz, and do a good deed. And don't forget, talking about good deeds, don't forget about tzedakah.
Right.
Of
course, one of the major things, of course, we hear in the Bible, take care of the orphan, the widow, and the homeless, and those are the people that are very hungry. So if you can drop off the food, that's great. It's a great message, and it's a great deed that we're doing in Ner Tamid. Thanks, Adele.
Thank you, Rabbi Bernie.
My pleasure. Thank you all for joining us, for making this minion available.
Rabbi Bernie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, a little kid.
Ah, she got so much.
Thank you, Rabbi Bernie.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thanks,
Oh,
everybody.
granddaughter.
Folks.
Hi.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They're my pajamas.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.